We want to welcome you back to this first ever edition of Board Shorts on TV. We're here at the San Clemente Pier on a beautiful 80-degree day in January. Stark contrast from where I was last week in New York's Central Park.
Rob LC, we're here with this week's San Clemente Times Board Shorts. This week, we're in downtown New York City, Central Park.
But I'm a lot more comfortable here in this venue. I've spent lots of days shooting out here at the San Clemente Pier, from the San Clemente Ocean Festival, the Chowder Fest, and multiple amateur events such as WSA and more. So check out some of these highlights at San Clemente Pier.
This is Maddie Swain, and you're watching sctimes.com.
Swimmer, take your mark.
Welcome to Ocean Festival. My dad just finished the 500-meter swim, and you're watching the SanClementeTimes.com. 80 years old.
Howdy, I'm Drew Brophy, and you're watching San Clemente Times Board Shorts. I really get bummed out on all the haters, especially the old longboard guys that they hate it and they just heckle you, and you're just sitting there like going, what's the difference, you know? I'm like, I'm still riding waves, and they act like you got some kind of advantage when actually it's harder. You know, it's a lot easier just to sit there on your board and wait for a wave to come to you. It's a lot harder to balance on one of these big boards. They're hunting a wave, paddle out and chase it down and actually ride it and use the paddle. And yeah, I don't know what people think artists do, but it's a lot of work, you know. All these paintings in here have to be done, and they're all for different projects, different clients. And you know, it's more than just a painting. A lot of thought's gone into these back and forth with the clients and trying to meet their needs, whether it's going to be a t-shirt design or a logo design or a you know, for board shorts or
This is Joey Santley from Green Foam, and you're watching Board Shorts on SanClementeTimes.com. What makes our blanks green basically is the fact that we're keeping waste out of the landfill from original blanks. It's cradle to cradle, and putting it back into the mix and making a new blank out of a previous blank. Therefore, we're keeping, on one hand, foam out of the landfill, on the other hand, reducing the amount of chemicals it takes to create that original blank. So we're kind of getting two steps in the right direction. It's not the end all, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. You know, affect a little bit of a change in the way things are manufactured and distributed and sold throughout the industry.
You're watching SanClementeTimes.com. Greetings, San Clemente Times, and Rob and Andrea. How are you guys? Welcome to the Hobie's Green Room here in San Clemente, California. Come on in. You've got all the vendors. We've anchored it with Patagonia. Patagonia's been doing this since day one. This is a company that walks the talk, and they're the real deal from top to bottom. Their whole company culture is all about sustainable products. Okay, some of the materials that we also use for the Hobie brand is that we've been building these now for over 5 years. We've sourced out our own sources for organic cotton and blanks, and you can see all these materials here are all organic cotton. Some of these products right here are all made out of bamboo and hemp. For community involvement, what we're trying to do here is we are tying in with SanClementeGreen.org, the Surfing Heritage Foundation, Surf Rider Foundation, the Ecology Club here in San Clemente, and then we're also talking with the schools up at San Clemente to see if they have any environmental clubs or recycle clubs that we can get involved with.
Hi, I'm Emmy Merrill. Hi, I'm Maddie Swain.
I'm Connor Fulton Smith.
And I'm the Bag Monster. Rah! And you're watching SanClementiTimes.com.
Hi, I'm Lulu Urkeneth, and I'm from Dana Hills High School, the Surfrider Foundation Club this year, and I'm the Bag Monster. We're going inside Ralph's, and we're going to try to get people to be aware of their single-use plastics.
Excuse me? Do you want a cloth tote bag for checkout so you stop using plastic? Sure. Here you go.
Thank you.
We're trying to get people to eliminate single-use plastics, such as bags and bottles.
Good. Awesome.
This is Kurt Page. You're watching SanClementiTimes.com. Basically, you know, in a nutshell, we're looking for critical nose rides in the steep part of the wave and just beautiful radical turns. I mean, if you want to just condense it down into two main elements, that's it. Well, you know, some events, for example, in Saquarema, Brazil, we're just geared toward the traditional. Malibu's a good wave to mix it up, and Huntington's a good wave to mix it up. We've seen some really good nose rides out here, some just incredibly amazing turns. So really the 8s and 9 scores are reserved for the people who put both those elements together. I've judged for almost 30 years. I've been an ASP judge for 17 years. US Prime, WQSs, World Longboard, which is the CT of longboarding, amateur, anything there is to judge, I've judged it.
Excellent, excellent. Let's talk about your history at Concordia Elementary School and some of the people who've passed through at Concordia Elementary School.
Well, I've taught at Concordia for 33 years, including your daughter, Rob. And I've taught Matt Archibald, Shane Beshen, Nathan Fletcher, Gavin Beshen, Kolohe Andino, just about every heavy hitter in San Clemente has come through that elementary school.
Excellent, excellent. Tell me your mark. I know you leave a strong mark on them from your perspective. What would you say?
Well, I just try to teach kids to do their best, no matter what their skills are, just do their best. Those are the people who get ahead.
Rob, we'll see you here with this week's Board Shorts Grom of the Week. This week, the Grom of the Week is Kai McPhillips, age 8 of Concordia Elementary School. Kai is already making a name for himself in the stand-up paddle world with his efficient stroke and use of the paddle in his turns. At the Rainbow Sandals Jerry Lopez Battle of the Paddle on October 2nd and 3rd, Kai turned in a great performance, winning first place in the 8 and under division of the kids short course race, coming in second among the 12 and under competitors. Kai also rides shortboards, but really enjoys his SUP. His paddle stroke is more efficient than many adults, said Kai's dad, 3-time world longboard champion Colin McPhillips.
Colin McPhillips, the event's super cool. It's kind of, tied into everything else going on right here at the pier, so you couldn't miss it. It's going huge, the event last week down at Doheny that Rainbow put on was giant. There were so many people there and it was so much fun, and it's the fastest growing water sport in the world. I'm hooked. I've been about a year now, is all I want to do.
Excellent. Just to actually compare it between longboarding and stand-up paddling.
I'd say the comparison is you go twice as fast and you can turn twice as hard with the paddle in your hand.
One last thing, where would you like to see the contest level of it going, per se, in comparison to longboarding?
I would love to see it, the stand-up contest go into surfing events. Right now it's just kind of more races, the big stuff's all just racing, and I'd love to see it tie into surfing events and racing, and you get the best kind of overall champ, fastest in the water, best in the waves.